After a couple of years of debate and hand-wringing over the Federal Reserve's first rate increase in a long time, the Fed has given us at least a couple more months of debate and hand-wringing. The reason it did that has some important implications for policymakers across Washington. The Fed sent two important messages in its latest announcement. One is that the U.S. economy is actually doing pretty good right now compared to most of the world. Job growth has picked up, economic growth overall has been pretty steady, and things are looking generally good for most Americans, even though most Americans would still like larger wage increases. The rest of the world, though, is a pretty big problem. As we've seen over the last couple of weeks, markets have been in turmoil, and investors are paying particularly close attention to events in China and in other economies where policymakers seem to be delivering some self-inflicted wounds. How all of that plays out is going to really shape the U.S. outlook. Now, the big question for the U.S. is whether policymakers here can avoid the same kind of self-inflicted wounds. There's a debt ceiling drama and a shutdown debate that's heating up in Washington, and Janet Yellen, the Fed chief, offered a clear warning for lawmakers. This is your problem to solve and your problem to prevent, and don't let it become our problem. She says that if events were to continue and the U.S. economy were to continue to deliver strong job growth, then perhaps the U.S. will be in position for a rate increase that could be a signal of strength rather than a signal of weakness given all the concerns and the worries from abroad.